Welcome to Analytics with Nags. In this video, I'm going to clarify the point why Power BI alone not enough to get into a job. You can be a fresher who wants to get into data analytics field by learning Power BI, or you can be experienced professional who wants to switch your career by learning Power BI. If you are already started learning Power BI, or if you want to get into Power BI course by paying in training institute, or if you think of learning on your own, this will clarify what else you need to know along with Power BI. Let's begin. If you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon for notification. So the lot of frequent questions I came across, that is what made me to do this video. What is the current trend about Power BI? What is the industry expectation? Some of the questions I get, it's like, can I get a job once I complete a Power BI complete tutorial? I can say like yes, but you need to have, apart from Power BI, you need to have other skills. So another frequent question I get is like, I updated my resume in job portal, not getting enough calls. This is because of the reason that we are going to discuss in this video. So you have learned Power BI and you put some things that you have done in Power BI, but still you don't get a job or job opportunities or call from recruiters. You don't know why, right? Let me clarify that. And some people got the call and they attended interviews, but they failed because recruiters ask questions in some other technologies. It can be SQL, SSIS, data warehouse, and people get confused. I don't know, I never worked on it, but they are failed because they ask, apart from Power BI, they ask questions in other technologies. And I will clarify why they ask. And there is a reason behind it. Then people fail because they don't understand DAX and they ask complex DAX. That we will discuss it later. But regarding these 2 points, like updated my resume and attended interviews but failed, you don't know why. Let us go to the job portals and check what are the job descriptions for the Power BI. Then it will clarify what are other technologies you may require. So those who are in India, they may have the Naukri website, that is a famous portal for job search. And let us try to check some jobs for Power BI here, job descriptions. I just put Power BI, I didn't put anything else. Just click on submit. Now you get some company here. You can see there is a combination Power BI and SSIS. So let us quickly go and check the description here. The business intelligence developer and efficiently partners with BI developer should have good knowledge on database. So if you learn only Power BI, it's not enough. You need to know about database. Obviously it is SQL, then ETL concepts. Let's go to next, that is Accenture. This is very famous company. It's a consulting company. It's a MNC. So now here what they are asking, this is for 6 to 8 years, note that point. And you see here the technical experience, Power BI connecting to various source and cloud configuring, this is fine. And then this is important, 3 years of experience in SQL Server. Got it? So they are asking for again SQL Server, then also analysis service, SQL Server analysis service, or Azure data services. Good to have Azure SQL DB. So why they are asking all these things? Once you see Power BI, along with Power BI, they ask a lot of other technologies as well, right? Either SQL or SSIS or Azure. You will get confused again. Now this is the last job requirement I will go for. Now you can see the 5+ years experience in Power BI, then again SSIS, SSR. So this is why people not getting calls, because along with Power BI you should have other skills that is closely related to Power BI. That is why if you have only mentioned in your portal or in your resume that is you completed Power BI course so and so institute or in some online portals, you will not get it because you don't know the related skills. Then by luck, if you put some skills and they will start asking the same skills as either SQL, SSIS, ETL, you will be really puzzled why they are asking it, right? Let me walk you through this architecture. We need to understand this architecture, how organization works. This is the typical architecture of data warehouse, how they build a data warehouse in any organization, and Power BI plays a small part of it. So you see here the entire ecosystem. From the source, you build a data warehouse. For that, you need some ETL tools like SSIS. So in your job description, if they ask for SSIS, it is nothing but SQL Server Integration Service that is used to extract, transform and load the data from some sources into your target databases. So this SSIS is used to build data warehouse or to transfer the data from your source to a data warehouse. And from there on data warehouse to SSAS, you need to build a modeling schema like a semantic layer where you create all your calculations, logics, cubes. It's kind of YTD, MTD, those calculations, right? Those can be stored in a separate database called SSAS. Then some organizations go for Power BI. Most of the organizations, if they go for Power BI, they also have this in setup. Okay, so that is why you see here anyone who asks for Power BI, they require some knowledge on database because some issues are happening that data is not correct. You are not responsible only for this. People will always prefer the who knows entire ecosystem of data warehouse, right? So if you learn SQL with Power BI, that is a really good combination, and once you learn that, then you go for other technologies. This is what I want to highlight. Then if you see in modern data warehouse architecture, where you have for ETL you have a data factory, and for analysis service you have Azure analysis service. So these two are replacement. If you learn these two in case of Azure, right, then will be added advantage. So coming to our main point now, why I have demonstrated these two things is like you need to understand why along with Power BI people ask it, because the entire reporting architecture follows this principle. Like they have some data warehouse in place, then only they go for these modern BI tools. So who can get job or who for whom the Power BI alone will help? Basically some small businesses who doesn't have a data warehouse, and for them they have to build self-servicing reporting. For them Power BI is useful, right? So the roles those who are can get only if you learn Power BI, right? Data analyst, data visualization expert, and you can have like only 20% of job openings require only Power BI. So I am saying the point here, if you learn only Power BI, you are getting very less opportunities. So I am repeating again, I am not saying if you learn only Power BI, you will not get a job at all, right? I am not the one who can say that. This is to give you idea, like if you learn only Power BI, you have less opportunities. That is the point I want to highlight here. Then usually those who are people having early career, right, 0 to 5 years only, they will prefer for only Power BI development. So if you want to work only on Power BI, then you should be having experience only this server. So those who are having 10 plus years, then having more than 5 years, they cannot have only Power BI. People will not recruit them, right? This is the thing I want to highlight. Now coming to the actual point, one of the point that I want to mention is like the people, those who are rejecting because of they don't have tax, right? For this point, I'm not able to understand the DAX failed because of DAX. So recruiters are rejecting the candidates because they don't know DAX. Just one message for them, like, there is no free resources to study DAX. The whatever, if we want to have a quality DAX, we need to pay a lot. That is not possible for most of them, and it takes time. And also the trainers, training institutes, those who are training DAX, they cover only the basic DAX. No one is covering the advanced DAX. That is the another thing I want to highlight. And the trainers, a training institute, don't have enough knowledge on DAX, since it is not exist for a long. This is a new language. Only after Power BI has become so famous, that DAX language also got famous, right? After 2015. So it is only 5 to 6 years old. So you cannot have experts to teach. And only 20% scenarios require complex DAX. You need to understand, like, you can do most of the things in Power BI with ease and drag and drop, and only some complex scenarios requires some DAX. And always there should be as a recruiter, if you are asking complex DAX, you are there to help them. So don't reject people only because of DAX. So this is the message I want to pass to recruiters. So message to learners: keep learning. DAX is complex, I know, but if you keep learning, you will be expert in DAX. Let us talk about the main agenda of this video, like how I can proceed. Like, now you understand why there is no job opportunities only for Power BI, because of the entire ecosystem is like that. And once you learn only Power BI, you have only 20% of job market open for you. So then how can I learn other things, right? What preference or priority that I need to focus on? Let me clarify that for you. So you have to learn Power BI plus SQL. And SQL, do not learn anything like Oracle, MySQL, everything. Power BI plus SQL Server SQL, right? You learn with Microsoft SQL Server SQL. That is the ideal combination for it. Since Power BI also from Microsoft, SQL Server also Microsoft, because most of the companies, those who prefer or install SQL Server, they will go for Power BI. So that should be an ideal combination for a new learners. So learn these two in parallel. Then study the data warehouse concepts, because most of the concept, those who you worked in Power BI, that also comes in data warehouse, and some of them are more in it, right? So study those concepts, because questions will arise in that. Then SSIS and implementation, because learning only SSIS alone is not enough. You need to learn how you use SQL Server integration service to populate the data warehouse. That is very important. And if you are going for Azure Data Factory, meaning like if you are skipping this SSIS and you want to get into the cloud perspective, then you can go for Azure Data Factory. But ideally in on-premise, for those who are starting at the beginning, I would prefer Power BI SQL, data warehouse concept, SSIS, and it is your personal choice. Then finally you can learn this SSIS. I said it is final thing, because whatever you do in modeling in Power BI, that is what it is, right? The modeling part is segregated, and it is like available as a SQL Server analysis service. So you no need to learn the new things. If you are good enough in modeling part, you just need to practice once how SSIS looks like, where it should be deployed, those concepts, right? So this is the thing. So to summarize, if you learn only Power BI not enough, at least you should have SQL. So try with this. So the chances from 20% from 40% you can increase. When you learn along with data warehouse SSIS, you will get 80% of chance. But when you learn all the things together, definitely once you cover all these topics, then within a week or 2 weeks you will be getting interview calls and you can crack the interviews. I hope you are clear with what you need to learn. Like where I can study, so you can see like you in Analytics with Nags we have a separate playlist for each and every concepts, like you have SQL, Power BI and SSIS, then SSAS as well. So these are the things you need to possess, and you have opportunity to have project real-time projects, how it will looks like. And recently we have introduced end-to-end playlist where you can learn the technology in one complete video. So there is a platform here you can learn. So I am recording this on October 2021, and this is the scenario for now. Like only Power BI alone is not enough. If you learn other technologies, as I mentioned, SQL, SSIS and other technologies, then definitely you will get a chance. Maybe after 5 years or after a decade, Power BI alone can be a standalone tool and people get jobs in that technology. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and comment below for queries. And do remember that data is your asset.